Welcome to Lesson 2 of our Communication Excellence series. Today, we focus on the essential skills that transform good communicators into truly excellent ones. In Lesson 1, we explored the 3 C's: consistency, clarity, and confidence as foundational concepts. Now, we'll build on that foundation by developing specific, actionable skills you can practice daily. What's important to understand is that these aren't innate talents. They're learnable abilities that improve with conscious practice. Just as athletes develop muscle memory through repetition, you can develop communication muscle memory that makes excellence your default. Let's explore the 4 core skills that will elevate your communication effectiveness in any context. Active listening is perhaps the most powerful yet underutilized communication skill. It's far more than just hearing words. It's fully engaging with the speaker to understand their intent and make them feel valued. When practiced effectively, active listening builds trust, strengthens relationships, and ensures you respond to what's truly being said. To practice, maintain 50 to 70% eye contact, enough to show engagement without creating discomfort. Remove distractions by putting away phones and closing laptops. Use verbal cues like "I see" and nonverbal cues like nodding to show you're engaged. Regularly paraphrase or summarize what you've heard, and ask clarifying questions to deepen understanding. Finally, pause before replying to show thoughtful consideration. Think about your last important conversation. How many of these techniques did you use? Research consistently shows that over 70% of communication is nonverbal. Your body language, facial expressions, gestures, posture, and tone of voice often communicate more powerfully than your words. To practice effective nonverbal communication, start by being aware of your posture. Aim for open, balanced, and still rather than closed, slouched, or fidgety. Use purposeful gestures and open palms, which signal honesty and openness. Maintain appropriate eye contact to build connection without staring. Vary your tone, pitch, and pace to match your message, speaking more slowly for important points. For example, a powerful practice technique is to record yourself in conversation or presentation and review your nonverbal cues. Are they aligned with your intended message, or are they sending contradictory signals? This awareness is the first step to improvement. Clarity means your message is easily understood. Conciseness means you get to the point efficiently. Together, these skills reduce confusion, save time, and increase the likelihood your message will be accepted, especially by busy audiences. To practice clarity, know your audience and use language they understand. Before communicating, ask yourself, why is this important? To focus your message. Choose simple, direct words over jargon or technical terms when possible. For conciseness, focus on outcomes and key points rather than unnecessary details. A practical technique is to revise written messages for brevity. Can you say the same thing in fewer words? For example, instead of "at this point in time, we are currently in the process of evaluating various options," simply say, "We're evaluating options now." This discipline of clarity and conciseness makes your communication more impactful and respected. Effective communicators tailor their message to their audience's background, needs, interests, and communication style. This increases engagement and ensures your message resonates. To practice audience awareness, analyze your audience before communicating. What do they already know about your topic? What do they care about? What concerns might they have? Then adjust your language, level of detail, and examples accordingly. For instance, when explaining a technical concept to non-technical stakeholders, use analogies rather than jargon. Observe nonverbal feedback during your communication and adapt in real time. If you see confusion, slow down or clarify. Anticipate and address potential objections before they arise. Finally, consider cultural and personality differences that might affect how your message is received. Think about an upcoming communication. How might you adapt it for your specific audience? Let's see active listening in a real-world scenario. Imagine a colleague approaches you with a problem while you're working on an urgent task. Instead of half listening while continuing to type, you demonstrate active listening by stopping what you're doing and turning to face them. You maintain appropriate eye contact, showing they have your full attention. As they explain their concern, you listen without interrupting, resisting the urge to jump to solutions. When they finish, you paraphrase their concern. So you're worried about the timeline for the Johnson project because of the new requirements. This confirms your understanding and shows you value their perspective. The result? Your colleague feels genuinely heard, and you address the real issue rather than making assumptions. This small investment of focused attention builds trust and often leads to more efficient problem solving in the long run. Let's examine 2 more scenarios showing these skills in action. In the first scenario, you're presenting an idea to your manager. You stand tall with shoulders back, use open gestures with palms visible, maintain steady eye contact, and speak in a calm, measured tone. These nonverbal cues reinforce your confidence and conviction, making your message more persuasive beyond the words themselves. In the second scenario, you need to update executives on a complex project. Instead of a lengthy, detailed report, you create a 1-page summary highlighting only the most important outcomes and next steps, using clear, non-technical language. The result? Time-pressed executives quickly grasp the essential information, appreciate your respect for their schedule, and are more likely to engage with your message. Both examples demonstrate how these skills create tangible benefits in professional settings. Let's explore 4 exercises to develop these essential skills. First, the listen and paraphrase drill. Partner with a colleague for 3 to 5 minutes. One person speaks about a topic while the other listens actively, then paraphrases what they heard. The speaker provides feedback on accuracy, and then you switch roles. Second, the silent movie, nonverbal challenge. Record yourself delivering a message without sound, then assess if your body language alone conveys your intended message. Third, the 3-sentence summary exercise. Take a complex topic and challenge yourself to summarize the most important aspect in just 3 clear sentences. Finally, the audience switch outline. Take a message you need to communicate and outline how you would present it differently to 2 distinct audiences, such as a technical team versus senior leadership. Which of these exercises would be most valuable for your development? To transform these skills from concepts to habits, I challenge you to a week-long integration practice. Each day, consciously apply all 4 skills in your interactions. For active listening, commit to paraphrasing in at least 3 conversations daily. For nonverbal communication, monitor your posture, gestures, and tone in all meetings. For clarity and conciseness, summarize key points before sending emails or giving updates. For audience adaptation, consciously adjust your message for different audiences and observe their reactions. At day's end, spend 5 minutes in reflection. Which skills did you use effectively? How did people respond? What will you improve tomorrow? This daily practice reflection cycle accelerates skill development dramatically. By week's end, you'll notice significant improvements in your communication effectiveness and the quality of your interactions. As we conclude, let's review key success factors and common pitfalls. For success, be fully present in every interaction. This underlies all other skills. Regularly confirm understanding rather than assuming it. Ensure your verbal and nonverbal messages align for maximum impact. Consciously adapt to your audience rather than using a one-size-fits-all approach. And actively seek and apply feedback to continue growing. Equally important is avoiding common pitfalls, interrupting others or finishing their sentences, which damages trust. Using unnecessary jargon that creates barriers to understanding. Ignoring nonverbal cues that might signal confusion or disagreement. And perhaps most common, assuming understanding without checking. Your next step is simple but powerful. Choose one skill from today's lesson to focus on this week. Which skill, if improved, would most enhance your communication effectiveness right now?